Sure sounds good. Not doing horrible, but that was definitely a backfire. Hey guys, what is up? It is Biff, and you're watching another episode of Fearless Mods. In the last one, we kind of got to the bottom of how do you get your codes from a car that's reluctant to want to give them to you, i.e. this 94 F-body, either Trans Am or Camaro could be in the same boat. But it's in there, you just gotta want to will it out of it, and unfortunately that cost me over $200 to be able to do that. But using this tester, we were able to come up with about 8 codes that were in there. Now the trick to these is, I have very little faith in that old system being able to really help me pinpoint exactly what the problem is. I think one problem could end up manifesting itself in many different areas that might end up giving us, let's say, 8 codes that we don't know which ones are the ones that are really the culprit. So because there are some ignition related ones, and based upon a lot of the recommendations that you guys have been making below, I'm going after the ignition module on this one. I know I called it a ballast resistor a couple years ago when I did the video, whichever video it was on OptiSpark, I guess. But it is an ignition module, you guys are right. And I'm going to go ahead and replace that in this episode, and we're going to see if that can kind of help take care of that problem and help eliminate a lot of those different codes that we are experiencing that have to do with ECM, PCM, and ignition related events that might be triggering all of these different codes. So with that, first thing I'm going to do is get back in there, plug in, and go back over the ones that I've got in there, see if I can clear them, see which ones remain, and then get ready to jump into the job. Okay, so I was just verifying that the service engine soon light is not currently on. So now I'm going to go ahead and plug in. Okay, so it's showing the 8 race DTCs. Racing clears all diagnostic data from the vehicle's computer. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes. To erase DTCs, consult the vehicle's service manual to remove the correct fuse and or other erasing procedures. Well, that doesn't do much for me. Okay, so all 8 of those codes are still in there. It says that we've got to pull a fuse, refer to the service manual on how to clear the DTCs. You can't do it with the handheld like you can on regular OBD2s. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is consult the service manual and find out how you clear the DTCs, and go ahead and get the ignition module down here and get ready to start swapping that out real quick. Okay, in keeping with the dilemma of this 94 F-body Trans Am, I'm now trying to figure out how to reset the ECU so I can clear all those codes, and the forums I see say to turn the key on and then pull the PCM battery fuse followed by the PCM ignition fuse, let it set for 10 minutes, turn the key off, plug them back in, and you're good to go. It's all cleared. They keep saying it's under here in the under hood fuse box, and it is not there. So unless there's another fuse box under the hood that I'm unaware of, the one that I actually saw in the forum, the picture of, was the one that's right there in the driver's door jamb on the left side of the dash. It actually says bat and ignition, but there's no fuses in those spots. So anyway, I don't know if I'll be able to clear those. But bottom line is, I am going to replace the ignition module. I've got another one. I've got some thermal paste. So I'm going to start by just removing the air ducting here so that I can get to it. Should be a quick, easy replacement with a couple screws, and then just fastening the new one down. Just like that, we've cleared it out. So it's right here. Seven 30-second socket to pull out these 2 screws. Okay, 2 screws out, and now we have this and a heatsink. And it looks like this could stand to be cleaned off a little bit as well, so I'm going to go ahead and clean it. So it appears to me that they also put some of the thermal paste behind that. as much as I'm cleaning up and seeing it kind of caked around the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape where it's caked up there a little bit, clean it one more time. But I think I've got 2 packs of that stuff in this little kit, and so I'm going to go ahead and put some in there myself behind there just to help that heat transfer beyond just the heat sink. So we are all set there, ready to put some screws in. Snap that on, so now it's plugged in. We're ready to throw our intake back on. One quick squeeze of this clamp. There we go. All right, that's all good. Okay, so that's how quick and easy it was to put the ignition module in there. Super simple right up top. Nice and thermal pasted with a good connection. So should be able to transfer heat no problem. Now the question is when we start it up, does it make a difference? And is are the codes going to clear that are in there? Because I don't know where those fuses are. So let's just go ahead and start up real quick and see if it smokes us out of here, or if it chokes us out of here with all the richness. Didn't pull any fuses. Everything is reconnected. Could there be a good reason why this car wouldn't like this ignition module? That's clearly an ignition module problem, because we just had it running. I didn't pull any fuses. Oh, this car. This car, I tell you, why would it do that? Sure doesn't give you a lot of confidence. But let's see if it starts to load up when it warms up. I'm not going to take it for a test drive. Too many vehicles behind it, and I don't want to get stranded. So we'll see what it does here after it runs for a little bit. Turning the fan on again because this still smells rich. That smells so rich to me. So the PCM handles all the time. So it can't really be a timing issue. Could the fuel pressure regulator, this little guy, be letting too much fuel through and choking it out? Kind of getting tired of just replacing parts to replace parts and continuing to throw money at it. No, I'm not kind of getting tired of it, I'm tired of it. But it is still running. It does seem to be idling decent, but then again, kind of with this whole issue, it's always idled better than it has run under a little bit of load, partial throttle load, like when you're accelerating. So those couple of stumbles remind me of that, but overall it seemed to be doing pretty good on throttle response and transition on those accels. So maybe tomorrow I'll get it out and take it for a test drive and see how it does and run the risk of breaking down. So one last thing I'm going to do before I call it a night tonight then is I'm going to go ahead and check the codes and just see if any of those happen to clear. Probably not, because I think they're stored as maybe like hard codes, and I've, like I said, haven't found the way to clear those yet. So I'm going to go ahead and just check them, see if they're still there, see if anything changed, and then call it a night, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow for a test drive. See you then. Taken out for a little test drive. Appears to be running pretty well. I didn't really romp on it yet or anything, but then again, it's still cold. Wow, motorcycle cops. I don't have those around here. What the heck? So there's a little medium throttle, and it's feeling pretty decent. Who knows? I have no confidence. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out for lunch, and then bring it back and see how we're doing. It's been a minute since we've worked on the Trans Am here in the Fearless Mods garage, but a lot of that is because there's another period of transition for the garage. As you can see, it's being emptied out, and we are getting ready to relocate once again. So once I get to this much bigger and better location, Hopefully we'll dive back into this and get it wrapped up for you. But anyway, it's always sad to see the Fearless Mods banner come down, but when we get to put it up in this new place, it's going to be awesome. All of you guys that are commenting, thank you very much. I know that that these babies are a love-hate relationship. Several of you have talked about just rolling them off a cliff and being done with them. Just, you know how it is. I love this thing too much to do that. So we're going to get it. It's just taking some time. Like getting it out of the garage so I can move, and the battery's dead yet again. So never fails. Anyway, hey guys, thanks for watching. Keep sticking with us. We'll get some more content out there here real soon once we get in this new facility. And please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again real soon. Take care.